Welcome to Holding Space. Michael Zen is a visual producer and creative photographer using his imaginative visionary energy to channel Zen and hold space for spiritual and innovative discussion. Each episode creates a supportive, accepting, and open environment that allows exploration and expertise to come together with engaging and entertaining convergence. With guest and community all helping the shape of the way, Michael is grateful to be together to hold space. Now here is your host of Holding Space, Michael Zen.
Yes, here I am. I am holding space again on a Tuesday. I'm always happy to be holding space, especially when people are showing up early and saying hello. I haven't even started the show. That feels so good. It just makes me feel so good inside. Thank you guys so much for showing up early and taking a seat right up here in the front and getting ready to hold some space with me. Tonight's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to do more readings than usual, I think, because normally I interview my guest and then I do some readings if there's time, but I have a return guest coming who we've already talked to, but of course we're going to talk to some more and catch up with, but I think that's going to leave us a lot of time for readings. So if you're here from the Sacred Spiral Network, which I always give a shout out to, welcome. And I know a lot of people who watch that network enjoy exchanging energy in the form of readings and all of that stuff. So you guys are in for a treat. Like I said, it's Tuesday night. Shout out to Sacred Spiral Network, specifically Kelly Brickle, who has been really helping me out with this show. Just keeping my guests coming because I've been really busy IRL in real life. And, it's been tough for me to maintain everything. So she's helping me to maintain everything, which is great because I believe my philosophy is we're all in this together. And that's certainly a good testament to that. So thank you. And I see Jennifer McCormick out there. What is up, Jennifer? Good to see you as well. And all the people who showed up. B. Rolick, Tim Lawrence, Jennifer Rose, Vladimir, Bernadette. Wow. I see Mickey. I see Joey. Romper Room. I love it. It brings back lots of memories. All right. So let's clear the space. Let's all get on the same page. Let's all reset ourselves. We've all come home. I know I had a day today. I had a couple of days in a row. I had a couple of days, so I only do these shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So it's my moment to reconnect with my breath and kind of clear the space using sage, not the kind that you burn, but the kind that you ring. My sonic partner in crime here. So we're going to do 3 breaths together. All right. So if you can indulge me, just let's do. You know how to do a breath, right? It's like this with your nose. You just pull air in through your nose. You feel it. You think about it coming in. You feel it filling up your lungs. This is a part of intentional breathing. So you feel it filling up your lungs as you're doing it. You get to the top of that breath and you just hold it for a second, and then you push it out. You let go of all the stuff that you don't need anymore, and you just let it go. And you don't even think about it anymore. And that is breathing and that is life. So let's do that together. All right, I'm going to ring sage. Here we go. Nice breath in. Hold it and let it out. Another nice breath in. Really feel it like coming in and out, like exchange that energy with the air. Last one together. And intentionally push that thing out. So good. So good. Breathing is fundamental. I love that. I think I'm going to make a little video like that. Reading is fundamental. Breathing is fundamental. All right. So everybody should be in a good place right now. I see Vivian showed up. I see Angelo showed up. Awesome. We have got an amazing energetic soul, excuse me, for you today. Let me just wet my whistle here real quick. Lynne Juneau, who has her own show here on the Sacred Spiral Network and does something that I had never seen before. She does these amazing ribbon readings, and she does flower readings, and she reads energy of these kind of non-traditional things that you don't normally see people reading energy off of, and it's just amazing. I see Arnie just showed up and Courtney just showed up. We are having a Tuesday night party here. It is awesome. Courtney says she's amazing. Bernadette, I've seen her shows. Yes, she is amazing. So let's without further ado, let's bring that wonderful energy into the holding space. Lynne Juneau, welcome.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Michael.
So good to see you again. I'm so glad to have you back.
Well, I'm excited to be back. We were hoping to do this again, and it worked out beautifully today.
The universe delivers always.
Yeah, it's been one of those days. I have felt like a mouse in a maze. Spirit, what are you doing with me here today?
Energy, it's been a crazy year, I mean, I would even venture to say a couple of years, right? The energy has just been up and down. But if you could say anything, you could say that the energy is palpable. The energy is evident, right? Even for people I think who weren't aware of energy before. I think they're aware of it now, even if they don't know what it is.
I agree. It's undeniable these days. And with all the planetary alignments and stuff, talk about wonky energy. How do you ignore that, right?
And all the things that are going on with humanity right now, I mean, I think it's an amazing time. I was thinking about this earlier. I don't usually see you engage, like you do your thing, right? You bring your readings, you bring your messages, but I don't usually see you engage, like, my other show, Live Stream of Consciousness, and I engage in kind of all of these concepts. And lately, I know I have been thinking a lot about, how do I put it without confining it? I've been thinking a lot about the galactic community.
Yeah.
And its role in the moment. And again, this is just kind of my perception. I can only speak from my perception, right? My perspective and my experience. But I have been feeling a shift, I guess is the best word, right? That's the word that's being used. I'm not a big fan of buzzwords, for a while now, and I see a shift in what's going on with people. I see a lot of people coming into their own metaphysical gifts and connections through, whether it be a psychic medium or a channeler or, something like that. Tarot readers also, anybody who reads energy, anybody who's connected to energy, it's been opening up like wide. And I feel like it's great. But what are your thoughts about any sort of crossover, any connection to galactic realms and this energy that's going on?
Well, I'm sure we both noticed what an explosion there has been of channelers. If you go on YouTube, they're all over the place, and it's become so much more accepted, along with everything else in the spiritual community. But that has been astounding how much traction that has gained as well. And most of these folks channeling say that they are channeling a galactic group, a galactic council. That's the most frequent description I hear. And for those of us who've been out on the skinny branches for a while, it's really interesting to see how mainstream this is going. Do you understand the skinny branches, Michael?
Sure, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Shirley MacLaine wrote a book long ago and got all kinds of grief for doing that, called Out on a Limb, for you younger people who have never heard of that. And so my friends came up with this phrase, out on the skinny branches.
Yeah.
Way
Nice.
out there. So as far as galactic influences, I'm going to go out on a limb here and suggest that within the next year, probably maximum 2 years, we're probably going to have full disclosure. I feel like we're going to have an event where it's just undeniable that not only are we we're not the only intelligent life in the universe, thank God, because I'm not sure how smart we are. There's somebody a lot
Definitely not
smarter
the
than us.
smartest, right? Definitely not the smartest.
Yeah, I mean, this is Disneyland in the galaxy. They come here for entertainment. I guarantee you. They go, look what those Earthlings are doing now. Oh my God.
Yeah. No, I like that, and I subscribe to that kind of sentiment that this realm, this planet is definitely a school, a
Mm,
Disneyland. It's like a bunch of those things all in one. You know, it's a place that has very specific experiences, right? The physical realm is a very specific experience, especially if you are from the not physical realm, right? It's like it's almost like,
yeah.
you know, you could almost kind of see how it might be desirable, right? And then here we are in the physical going, oh my God, I can't wait till I'm back with everything and I'm not physical anymore, you know?
Oh yeah. As far as schools, planet Earth is like Harvard and Stanton, and everybody else, Yale. You come here for your advanced degree.
Yeah.
And while we're on that subject, I just want to acknowledge everybody who's joined us here today and just remind us all that if we're here in a human body, we're heroes already, because this is a tough place, huh?
I agree. I agree. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, and Arnie's out there he's saying, yes, disclosure 2026, 2027. Here's the interesting thing that I've been thinking about. And I know well, I'm like going way off in this direction before we even go take a step forward.
Well, I
But
like the rabbit hole just fine. Go ahead.
yeah, I've been thinking about this a lot, right? And you know, I've heard stories over the years and I'm open to anything, right? Like you tell me this is a possibility, I'm not going to say no way that couldn't happen. You know what I mean? Like yeah, you know, anything could happen, right? And for me, I've heard stories over the years that contact's already happened, right? Like aliens are
Sure.
among us, right? Hybrids, let's say.
Absolutely.
Let's say hybrids, right? So for me, I realized like this might be a great way to orchestrate disclosure in that, you know, somebody who you know for 15 years and like and respect is going to come out and be like, oh yeah, I'm a hybrid, I'm an alien. And then it's going to be like, oh, wait a second. They're not coming here to hurt us. They're working among us to help us and be a part of us and to create this galactic community. And I think that is going to be, for me, that's what I'm seeing in my head as far as how disclosure is going to go. Like it's not, it has nothing to do with UFOs and craft. It has more to do with people and perception and understanding of relationships, right? And kind of, you know, I mean, imagine if, you know, I mean, Elon Musk, right? Somebody like that. Imagine if they said, oh yeah, he's an alien, and how many people who
That'd
respect
be
him and
easy
love,
to that'd be easy to believe.
right? And how many people respect him, you know what I mean? And would be like,
Yeah.
oh my God, so aliens are not only good, but they're beneficial, right? They help us
Yeah.
to evolve and get to the next level. So I think that's, you know, that's what I think is the way it's going to be, and I hope that, you know, that's like the best case scenario, right? Like we find out that aliens exist, but in a good way, like they're here to help us become a part of a galactic community.
Well, I think my view of this varies a little bit. And I think of this planet as being a little bit like the quote unquote new world. Okay. What, you know, the Europeans act like they discovered America. Yo, there were people living here already. It's already occupied, right? But I've really so as it got more populated from other countries, if you think about the United States, you know, a couple hundred years ago, there were so many different groups here. And some of them had good intentions and just wanted a new life. And some of them were just power grabbers.
Mm-hmm.
And I think of the galaxy and the different species that are probably in it pretty much the same way. I don't think they're all going to be good and they're not all going to be bad. And I think Arnie made the comment, yeah, we would have been wiped out already if they were coming here for ill intentions, because
I agree too. I agree too. And that's been too also kind of coming into my vortex, the idea that, you know, I mean, for a long time, I had this amazing conversation with Suri Sawyer about polarity, right? And so for a long time, I've kind of felt like good and evil have to exist both. It's not good is going to wipe out evil, because then there's only one side of a coin. You can't exist that way, right? You need to have both sides of the coin. And that's, again, I'm not spouting like this is the way it is, right? I don't like it when people talk that way, but this is what I believe. And I feel like, I guess, where was I going with that? I feel like, there's like, like, we know of, let's just say these are things that we've heard, right? There's different races, the grays, the reptilians. Let's just use that as kind of a baseline to like talk the same language. It's not like the grays are good and the reptilians are bad. It's like there are good grays and there are not good grays, and there are good reptilians and not good reptilians. Like you're saying, I believe the same thing. I just feel like it's the nature of existence.
It'll be fascinating to find out. And the comments I'm reading are just great. Thank you. And Arnie said, disclosure will also tell us our true history. Yeah, Arnie, our history's been messed with just like everything else. So what's really going on here is probably way more fascinating.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know what, Arnie, that's a good point, because I've kind of been, Arnie and me sometimes go a little head to head, right? Because he talks about these things, right? And I like to be more about love, and he talks about it kind of like, oh, they're like the idea of everything we know is a lie, right? Well, I'm kind of almost agreeing with that, saying like everything we know is a lie, but I think it's not so like crazy. I think it's more like I said, like aliens are among us and it hasn't been known. And that's, I mean, how big of a lie is that? That's huge, right? I mean, that changes everything right now. That changes everything.
I think the powers that be are, they're very much afraid of us figuring that out. And they're probably sitting there saying, oh yeah. And then there goes the neighborhood.
Yeah. Yeah. And we haven't even brought like AI and stuff into the discussion, right? It's just amazing. But you know what, Arnie just said it, like, what a time to be alive, and
Absolutely.
I love that. And I feel like, there's a lot of people who are living in fear, not you, Arnie, but there are a lot of people excuse me, subscribing to a lot of things that are very heavily fear based. Oh my goodness, excuse me, I'm so dry tonight. But that's why we're here. That's why the Sacred Spiral Network is here to bring that light side of the coin to existence. And let's put the coin down on the table. We'll put the dark side down and we'll leave the light side up, and let's be there now, and kind of enjoy our moment. Thank you for indulging me in that. I was curious about, like, I know a lot of people who do work like you do, energy work and tarot, like that kind of becomes their world, right? Like astrologers, like that becomes a lot of what they talk about. So things of other nature, I think I might have mentioned this, like, I was surprised to hear some of my friends didn't know what the 3-eye atlas, comet or whatever it is. Like they didn't, they were like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, how do you not know about that? Like there's like, like there's so many possibilities, you know what I mean, of what it might mean, so
yeah, I think they're laying odds in Vegas as to what it is.
Listen, it's something, right? It's no matter what, it's something. So
is it a craft? Is it manned? It's clearly not just a rock flying through space. It's more intentional than that, from what I've seen. But that's another rabbit hole to jump down, right, Michael?
Totally. And it definitely does. Well, I think the whole thing around it, like the whole lore, right? The fact that we're even talking about it means that it has its own energy. It's got its own kind of consciousness, and it's definitely interacting with people. You know what I mean? I think on just an imagination level, so it does scare people. Yeah. Some people are scared by it. I think some people are excited. They feel like it's, the Galactic Council coming to help humanity right when we need it, like swooping in at the last minute.
We need it now
before we destroy ourselves.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So we're lingering over there in the dark. Let's get back over into the light. So Lynne, something amazing. I think most of the people here know, but let's just talk about it for anyone who's might be stumbling across the show and hasn't seen you before. You know, most of the people who watch the show are familiar with tarot cards and energy and psychic mediums, but you have a very specific spin on it. So why don't you just give us a little bit of history of how you got into the ribbon readings?
Yeah.
And what they are.
Thank you. Back this spring, I had read something about spiritualists, which is spiritualism has been around a long time, really respected organizations, especially in the UK. And there are only 2 types of tools that they will allow to do mediumship in. They don't allow tarot cards or pendulums or things like that. And I thought that was fascinating. And one of the things they will allow is ribbons. And the other thing they will allow is flowers. And so I decided to explore that. And Kelly knew of a man who reads ribbons here in California. So I made an appointment with him in May, and he blew my socks off. Amazing. Because he's only been doing this for about 30 years or so. Jeff Jowett, I believe is his name. Amazing man who did a reading for me that was a combination of cards and ribbons. And so one of the fun things about working with the ribbons, this has been my own, I call it a divine download, because usually when people do ribbon readings, and these are more popular in the UK even now, people chuck these into a box. And if I'm the sitter, I'm going to reach my hand inside this box of ribbons and pull one out. And my reader will read it for me. And, not to be critical of anyone, but I thought, oh my gosh, I'm such a neat freak. And if I'm going to do ribbons quickly in a setting like this, I need to be able to find them again and work quickly. And eventually this just, I hope you can see it okay, because my camera.
Some of it, yeah. We can see some of it.
Not picking up all of it, but you see here, these are numbered. And so what I did, this is such a riot. This is a laundry hanger, y'all.
I was going to say, it looks like a laundry rack. Yeah.
It is. Seriously. You can dry clothes. So if this gig doesn't work out, I've got something to dry my clothes with, right? But I numbered all of these for the sake of working fast. And what I discovered very quickly is there was a significance to the numbers that these ended up, what position they ended up in. And there's 50 ribbons on here. And
you just came up with a system when you numbered them.
Yeah.
And then there was coincidentally a significance to it.
Yes. And I'm not an expert like Kelly Brickle is in numerology, but I've dabbled in it enough to be dangerous. Right. And so when I choose a ribbon, for example, 34 is black, and 34 reduces to 7. And so that 7 has a significance of its own.
Wow.
Well, I've done a lot of these readings now. You have seen me do that.
Yeah.
And people love to be able to choose, right? They'll go, I'll be doing readings for people and go, oh, what about that blue one behind you? Like, so eventually I thought, well, I'll put these folks to work. And so when I do readings now, a lot of the time I will invite folks to pick a number between 1 and 50. And I'll read the ribbon they choose, and then I'll read one that I'm drawn to and do them together. Let's see. Jennifer says that we used ribbons in the spiritualist church, not as beautiful as mine. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Yeah, always shoved into bags.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
It's not as much.
So let me ask you a question. Because are you in California or are you in the UK?
Oh, I'm in California.
Okay, so what made you decide? Because you wanted to broadcast in the UK and you wanted to just like reach that audience? Like, why did you decide that those rules applied to you?
Well, I've been to Arthur Findlay College a number of years ago, so I have a lot of respect for what these folks do and the long history. And then also, as I started doing readings online this year, I do it for 2 different Facebook groups. One is Veronica Jenkins' group, Universal Spiritualism. And the other one is Kirsty Ashton, Ashton, I'm sorry, Kirsty, who's just a lovely lady, and I'm on hers every week. So most of my people have ended up being from the UK. It's
Wow.
evening for them when I'm reading at like 9 or 10 in the morning. And thank you for everybody for joining right now. But a lot of people in the US are at work when I'm doing these readings. So my audience has kind of gotten weighted to the UK.
Interesting. Wow. And what a cool combination, the ribbons and the flowers. I think it works perfectly together.
I do those in combination sometimes with the cards. I get bored very easily, so I've got to mix it up for myself.
Hello, Teresa. Good to see you.
From New Zealand. Isn't it the middle of the night there, Teresa?
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming and sharing your energy. Amazing. We are blessed to have you guys. Everybody who joins us. Thank you so much. And Arnie says, I love what you do, Lynn. Yeah, I love the uniqueness of it. I mean, I know you're saying it's more common in the UK, and I guess Jennifer has experienced it here in the US in bags, but I've never seen it. Before I met you, I had never really even seen it, and I love it. It's definitely wonderful, and I feel like there's certainly an energy to the idea of the ribbon, itself, and the colors and all of it. It's great.
When I studied under Colin Bates, and some of you may have heard of him, wonderful medium. He used to be at Arthur Findlay College. Now he's more independent, but he was reading me one day. I was a student of his for a couple of years. And he said, you have a special connection with color. And if you can nurture that and bring it forward, it would really be terrific. So he kept encouraging me on that.
Yeah. It's 3:30 in the afternoon.
Oh, good.
Wednesday in New Zealand.
Can I give a shout out to somebody, Michael?
You absolutely, please do.
Yeah. Mike Hall is joining us from Washington State. And
hello, Mike Hall.
This was a bit of a last minute thing. You must have seen it on my Facebook page. Thank you, Michael, for joining us. And
yeah, I didn't see that come up in my comments. You might be on your page. It doesn't come up in here. You can add your. Oh, I guess you did, right? Or did you just share it on there? Because you could add it to stream right on your page from here. And Kelly told me to tell you right before we started, and I forgot.
You know what? I forgot too, and she.
No worries. I just don't see his comment. So welcome, Michael. Anyway, and Jennifer is also in the UK. Awesome. I did not know you were in the UK, Jennifer. That's very cool.
I thought so. Is there a way for me to stream this to my page, or is it too late?
Yeah, so up in the right-hand side, if you're in StreamYard, it should say stream to your audience. It may not say it since we already started going live. But before I go live, it usually it'll say stream to your audience. It would be a blue button.
I have to check orientation. Right. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. And then you'll
okay, I think I got it.
Yeah, there you go. And you can do it. It takes a couple of steps. If you want to do it, you can. If not, we'll just do it next time.
No, we got it.
Yeah. So
right.
Yeah, I'm really happy that you're here, and I love what you do too. Like I said, it was just so original, and not only is it like something you don't see often, but you did take it and make it your own. What's his name? Case Nazi was saying, I love how she made it her own, and that's amazing. And I mean, I remember when I was designing the thumbnail for the show, and Kelly sent me your picture, and I'm like, well, that's a unique woman. And you know, and then we met, and you certainly held true to exactly the energy that you present, which is great. I love that. I love that we're in, you know, create your own reality is really like something that, you know, has been my vortex, you know, since the summer. Like, I've been realizing how much power I have to actually do that, right? And I don't mean like, okay, there's a Ferrari in my driveway. No, it doesn't work like that. But you know, with intention and with, you know, direction and focus and where you put your energy, your life becomes what you want it to be. And you are certainly a testament to that.
Thank you.
So
you know, I would. This is such a special time, isn't it, Michael, in history? And after holding myself back for a lot of my life from following this path, this is my true, crazy, authentic colorful self. I have never stepped into who I really am as thoroughly as I have now. And there is such a blessing and such a freedom in that, isn't there?
Absolutely amazing. I've met, because of me and my direction, right, and the energy I'm putting out, a lot of people have come in my vortex, just like you, who are just so in touch with who they are, and there's a reason, right, to have these people in your life because they inspire certain things in you. You see reflections of yourself in certain things about them. You know what I mean? And then you have somebody to brag about and say, hey, check out my friend Lynn. It's really cool. I think it's really cool. Amen, sister. Case Nazi says yes. I was just saying, Lynn, Vivian was saying you have a special energy, and she's in Hawaii and makes leis, and they choose the ribbons to go with the flowers. Hawaii, by the way,
Aloha.
Vivian, Hawaii is my favorite place on earth. When I visited, there was such a connection. It is literally the Garden of Eden there, and for a lot of reasons I won't get into, but yes, amazing. So bless you for being here from Hawaii, and thank you for bringing that energy to the show.
Yeah.
And there's Mike Hall. I see Mike Hall.
There he
Absolutely.
is.
There he is. Awesome. I love the authentic
One of my
self that you are. That's another great word. I think that's really important right now. Authenticity, right, is really important. And Arnie, I'm glad you said that, because I think that's, even though we kind of, at one point I was saying things and you were like, no, and I'm like, no, like we knew that we were both authentic, and we loved and respected each other, and got through that moment. And now I see you doing some amazing things, being authentic with your music and things that you're doing. So thank you, everybody, for being in my world, right? Even if you're just watching and you're not commenting right now, I thank you for being there right now, Lynn, and thank you for showing up tonight, last minute. And I think we should get to some readings. I think there are people out there. I know I saw Bernadette, I believe it was. Let me scroll back. Yes, Bernadette, if you feel called to my energy, which all you got to do, I think, is ask. And she'd like a reading. She hasn't had a ribbon reading before, she says. I don't think.
I've seen a number of Bernadettes. Bernadette, let's jump in and start with you. Bernadette, commenting back helps me a lot. You folks have probably done this before. Pick a number between 1 and 50, please.
All right.
1 and 550.
Awesome. Bernadette is getting a reading. Hopefully she's still out there. And she said, yep, she is. She says, hello, Kelly. So Bernadette, you're picking a number between 1 and 50, and she says 30. Okay.
And I have one picked for you here, so let me write that down. So the ribbon that I'm drawn to for you, Bernadette, is number 17, which is sage. How about that? We just had sage on the show.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I love about this ribbon is that sage, of course, is a color, it's a plant, it's something we burn, and it's also a very wise person. All right. And Bernadette, I'm hearing from Spirit that you have a lot of innate wisdom and also some common sense. Okay. This green has a lot of grounding to it. It's very, very much connected to the earth. And I feel that you have a special connection to the land that you live on. Would you understand that, Bernadette? This is interesting. Spirit is saying that the land you're on, even if you are not rich in dollars, in money in the bank, the land that you're on makes you feel rich. Your roots to this, the land where you live, run deep, if you would understand that, right? And there is such a comfort, and you really are rooted to the place where you are, and not in a bad way, in a way that very few of us end up being, because Earth doesn't necessarily feel like home to all of us. Okay. So this number 17, 1 and 7 reduces to 8. And that is inherently a number of success and prosperity. And then you chose number 30. Oh, this is a good one. Well, they're all good. I mean, come on. But I do have my favorites, I have to confess. Number 30 is butterscotch.
I love that
All
one.
right.
Yeah.
And especially this time of year, at least in the US, it reminds me of Christmas and grandmothers. And, you know, how many grannies had a bowl of little butterscotch hard candies, right? This butterscotch color is about enjoying the sweetness of life. And as grounded and as practical as you can be, Bernadette, it's also time for you to cut loose a little bit, give yourself some grace, and enjoy these holidays, and play a little bit. If there's something that connects you to happy times in your childhood, especially during the holidays, I'm seeing certain Christmas ornaments that you relate to. Bernadette is originally from Haiti, and she's in Canada now.
Mhm.
And she loves everything there, even the trees, the grass. No snowflakes. So you're really loving the land that you're in. Isn't that fabulous?
Yeah,
And what a
amazing.
change from Haiti to
Wow,
Canada. And she's not complaining. She's happy there. Oh, that's fabulous.
that's amazing.
Is this a happy color or what, Bernadette? This is a very happy color.
It
And
is, definitely.
it's yellow, which is a happy, optimistic color, but it also has a bit of grounding also. It's got a little bit of that creative orange and a little bit of brown, toning it down. So happy as you are, don't be nervous about celebrating, because you're not going to go off the deep end. Not your style. Okay? So Bernadette, have a wonderful holiday. Thank you for letting me work with you.
Oh, that was amazing.
And let's see who else.
That was good. I made some stars on it because I see that you could do that. Jennifer McCormack says, open for reading. And she says, number 8, please.
Okay. Here's the one you chose, Jennifer McCormack. So, one for you, one for me. Tell you what, I'm going to read the one you chose first. All right, Jennifer McCormack. You chose number 8, which is this true pink. This is like, I have a lot of different pinks on my rack, but this is like the middle. This is like the middle of the road, soft, feminine pink. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. And this 8 also indicates to me that you can have a lot of success in your life by your deep connection you have to your femininity, especially the divine feminine. Okay. Which there's nothing wimpy about the divine feminine. There's a lot of power in that. Yeah. Michael will testify to that, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
So there is a lot that you can gain in life that you already have gained by being in that feminine power, if you would understand that. And that's your comfort zone in a lot of respects. Pink is one of her favorite colors. Fabulous. Okay. I also feel you have a connection to your mother's mother. And if she's in spirit, I would appreciate you verifying that your mother's mother. If not, then this is one more generation back. But in your lineage on your mother's side, you have very strong women who, even if they appeared to be in the background, they were the strength behind the men in their life, and they held their family together. Would you understand that? Okay. And you're the strength in your family as well. Jennifer says Venus is her ruling planet. There you go. There's that love color. Okay. And the color I was drawn to for you to round this out is copper, number 22. And the interesting thing about copper, it has its own value, just like any other precious metal, gold, silver, platinum. But copper is really good at conducting energy. And if you have a copper top battery, if you've ever heard of those, or here in the United States, they're good at storing energy. Jennifer, you're being encouraged by spirit and by the women in your family tree to be mindful of and conserve your energy and use it wisely because it's precious. It has a lot of value. And pink and Venus being your ruling color, you have a tendency to give more than is healthy for you sometimes, if you would understand that. So you're being encouraged to hang on to some of that energy and remember that at the base of things, let's see, your mother's mother led her down the spiritual path after she passed. Your greatest teacher, she's now your guide. Wow, she was weighing in. Fabulous. Okay. She's backing you up and encouraging you to look out, be protective of your energy and use it wisely as though it were currency. Okay. All right, Jennifer, happy holidays to you and blessings to your grandmother for coming through. We appreciate her as well.
Amazing, Lynn. Wow, those readings, I'm feeling those readings, man. Holy moly, I can feel them. That it's so great. I saw Vivian in Hawaii.
Oh, I was drawn to Vivian too.
And she's asking for, where is it? Number 37.
You know, Mike's probably a closet psychic.
You never know. You never know.
Well, one of these days you're going to surprise us like that.
I'm excited. You know what? I already have seen, like, I'm going to wake up one day and there's going to be either I'm going to be channeling or there's going to be somebody sitting on the edge of my bed. Something is, and I'm just going to be like, okay, I was waiting for this. Thank you.
Like the Galactic Channel, the Galactic Council is going to come through and off he'll go.
There you go. Maybe I'll be live and all of a sudden it'll happen, you know?
All right. Miss Vivian Ishimaru. Did I say it right? Ishimaru. Do I get points if I say your name correctly? Ishimaru. Okay.
That's how
I see Vivian here a lot. She's wonderful about following our shows. Amazing. And what did you pick for yourself, Vivian? Royal Purple. Ooh. Woohoo! Yeah. Number 37 is. Am I partial to purple? Oh, yeah. You're welcome, Jennifer. So not only is this a gorgeous shade of purple, the number attached to it is number 37. 3 and 7 reduces to the number 1. Not too surprising. This is a color of royalty. This is talking about, Vivian, the fact that you have a high level psychic, and I hear also healing abilities. I think I've read for you before at some point, Vivian. Are you a Reiki master? Because you feel like a healer for sure. And I'm not sure if I knew that from you before, but it's not just healing ability, it's psychic ability as well. And it comes from like above the crown chakra and in. So you're able to connect to that. 100 points.
Awesome. And thank you, Vivian. She mentioned that my photography art is amazing. Thank you so much for caring and sharing and even looking. Thank you.
Absolutely. So with this royal purple, a lot of people don't realize that being a royal is not like being on permanent vacation. It's more like living in a fishbowl and having a whole lot of work to do. Vivian is a psychiatrist. Okay, so you're doing mental healing with people and you're working with the mind. So I have no doubt you're intuitive as well. And so you're able to use that ability also. Am I correct with your patients on the down low, obviously? But these abilities that you have been earned over lifetimes, 3 lifetimes minimum. I hear of you've been a healer. You've been like a temple priestess in Egypt, 1 lifetime. You've been a tribal medicine woman on a tropical island, another time. Let me know if this is something that has been said to you before, because usually the people that tune into our program, that they've been around the metaphysical block, right? Okay. Yeah. 3 lifetimes, and one of the lifetimes was in Europe. I feel as a doctor, very frustrating, like in olden times, like 150 years ago when medicine was just archaic, right? Like, never mind. So Vivian, the color I was drawn to for you is number 46, aqua. And I had a number of different blues to choose from, but this one jumped off the rack at me. And not surprisingly, since Vivian is there in Hawaii, water. This is all about water. This is all about water. But I'm hearing Spirit step in also and say, well, yes, of course, she's surrounded by water. It's about the safety of the water, the purity of the water, how much water we have at our disposal. Yeah. Bernadette resonates with this color as well.
Yes, yeah.
The more you can get down to the water, to the shore, and watch the waves come in right now, Vivian, this would be so healing for you and so soothing for you, because I'm hearing that life has been really a little too hectic. She said she was told that before. Okay, there we go. Verification. Awesome. And we need to get to Brenda today too.
Yes, yes.
She's been here since the get-go. All right.
Yeah.
So,
Let me ask you a question with what you just said, because this is what I was thinking, and I was all, like, you're saying things, and I'm like, oh my God, I was just about to say that, right? I was just thinking that. But with the water and staring at the water and looking at the water, do you feel like that's almost a conduit to like a download? Do you think people could get a download just staring at the water?
Absolutely, because there's a hypnotic effect to being down at the water. There are also negative ions from the water crashing onto the beach, which are very hard to find on planet Earth unless there's a lightning strike or the waves crashing on the beach. So there's a lot of healing energy in that. But the hypnotic, back and forth of the water coming in can definitely put you into an altered state.
Yeah.
And the beach is usually a place where we feel safe.
I always felt an energy when I'm down by the water, and there's that cycle happening, and it's like the earth is breathing. You know what I mean? It's a real life force.
Yeah, that's part of Mother Gaia, functioning as an entity. So Arnie says water holds knowledge, so for sure it would, knowledge and energy.
Yeah.
And there's so much going on in our oceans, so much more than we understand. We know there are creatures that we aren't even aware of. Yeah, Vivian always needs to be near the water. Thank God you're in Hawaii, right?
Yeah.
Totally. So the other thing I want to point out before I move on is this number I picked, and again, I just go where I'm drawn. This 46. This is another one. You're a really powerful person in a lot of respects, Vivian. We've drawn for you 2 ribbons that reduce to the number 1. The number 1, also the number 11 is very significant in your life and something to pay attention to. So I have no doubt that when you see 1111, 111, your antenna go up and you pay attention to that. Yeah, like your spidey sense goes up. So Vivian, I'm going to leave you with that. Aloha, and thank you for letting me work with you. It's been a pleasure.
So good. I love it. What a great energy exchange. What did I just say? I said, Bernadette says, I was a mermaid. Aqua and water is my jam. Water are conscious beings. They carry millions of years of memory. Yeah, water is definitely like sacred for sure. Divine. There's a divine energy with water for sure.
Absolutely.
So who did you want to get? I'm sorry. Who did you want to get to?
Brenda Lucas, who has been, I hope Brenda hasn't given up. She has been here since.
Okay, she might be on your stream. I don't think I saw that name. So you can go ahead and.
She was on early.
Brenda, if you're still here, just say hello and you get a reading. And
pick a number between 1 and 50, please, sweetheart.
Yes.
Brenda follows us a lot, so hopefully she's still here.
Awesome. And
Mighty-
Jennifer says beautiful messages. And Jennifer Rose is here. Hello, Jennifer Rose. Good
Here
to
she is, Jennifer Rose. Mwah.
Brenda is still here. Yes, and there she is. 48.
48. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. 48. Okay. One for you, one for me. Okay. Okay. Brenda, thank you for your patience and your loyalty.
I was just reading Bernadette's comment
Me
about
too. That's a beautiful comment.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Ooh. Bernadette says, I can hear frequencies in water. It speaks to me. I speak back to it. I know water doesn't like to be confined. Flowing water is more free and alive. Oh, yeah. And isn't that true of water sign people too?
Yeah.
All right. Sorry. Let me go back and stay tuned into
Yes, Brenda.
Brenda Lucas. All right. So you've chosen number 48, which is Capri. Whoop, I'm getting fuzzy again.
Your camera keeps going in and out. There you go.
Sorry, folks. It's a new camera. I'm not used to it. All right.
No worries.
So Capri, 48, reduces to 12, reduces to 3. So Brenda, have you not been expressing yourself as freely as you would like to? I feel some pent up energy with you, like in here. And I feel with you, Brenda, that you really need a break. And there's so much going on in your home and in your family that you're almost afraid to ask for one. Oh, thank you, Jennifer Rose. You're afraid to ask for a break. You're afraid to take time for yourself because there's just so darn much going on. Yeah. But the reminder is coming through from Spirit, Brenda, that if you don't go to the well once in a while and fill your cup, how are you going to give water to anyone else, including your family, the people that you love so much? So I have this great fantasy scene went through my head here of you just leaving a note on the kitchen table, turning off your cell phone and saying, I'll be back online in 4 hours. If anything else comes up, call 911. That sounds kind of cold and I'm joking. However, yeah, she said she needs a break.
Yeah, no, that's a serious, listen, that's a serious message. And I got to tell you, it's interesting because I know a lot of times messages come through and it's a lot of positive, right? And good news. And then sometimes it's almost like, oh, wait, there's some tension. I feel some tension. And that's like you said that. And I was like, oh my goodness. But yeah, Brenda needs to take a break and care for herself, self-care. That's the biggest
very
thing.
Important. And this time of year with the holidays and everything else, I hear your family needs so much from you, but they don't need quite as much as you perceive that they do. They're you gotta let them dog paddle for themselves a little bit. Yeah. This color, yes. Bernadette's talking about the beach. There's a lot of watery energy to this Capri. There's a Mediterranean island of Capri, I believe, and it's a lovely resort, Mediterranean warm climate and sunny beaches. And if you think of this color as a little umbrella, a little drink with an umbrella in it and kicking back, yeah, that's some of what you need right now, and it'll get you through the holidays. Okay. That's the number that Brenda chose. The ribbon that I was drawn to for you is number 10, magenta. Okay, this is another pink, but look how strong it is. Okay, so this is and 10 reduces to 1. This is a very strong feminine color. I call this the Mama Lion color. So even though you may give an awful lot to your family, and we're not being critical here, that's how you're set up. The upside of that also is God help anybody that harms your family or threatens. You are not going to stand for people messing with your family. You are the Mama Lion, yeah? And that's something to be proud of. You put that strength to good use. Brenda says she loves magenta.
Yeah.
If you would like to nourish more of that energy, I can actually see little throw pillows and decorations around your house to kind of remind you of that strength.
Ooh, I like that.
Okay. And celebrate it. Celebrate it. All that Spirit is encouraging you to do is have a little more balance with it, to take something for yourself, and then also look out for that family of yours that you love so much. All right. So Brenda, blessings.
Quite a challenge put in front of her, but what a great message, Lynn. Holy moly. I got to tell you, I've said this before. I've always I've always been drawn to being around psychics, not to get a reading myself, but just because I love the energy exchange, and I love watching you do your readings, because as these messages are coming to your head, I can see you getting excited about some of them. You're like, ooh, this is going to happen and that's going to happen. I love, so authentic. It's really great. Brenda says, thank you.
It brings me so much joy. I think
I can tell it really comes through, and I think that's a very powerful aspect to it, and also just a powerful component in general, right? To have that intention and that much energy for the exchange itself, right? It's an exchange, and you're just putting everything you got into it, and which is great. It's really great. And Brenda says, I also feel the love and the energy. So I know it's getting late, but there are a couple people I would love to get to if you are still up for it.
I could go.
You could do this forever. Yeah.
My husband would miss me, though.
I saw Arnie. I'm just looking if Arnie is still here. I'm looking for the number.
Arnie is still here. Vladimir is still here as well.
Yes, and both of them were looking. And I know, but Arnie had put up a number. I'm just looking for it. And
yeah, I think Arnie put one up early on, and I didn't write it down yet.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, you're good. You're writing the numbers down, huh?
What, you think I remember stuff?
I found Arnie. Arnie is looking for number 9. Number 9.
That Beatles song. Okay. And I was drawn to this other ribbon for you as well. Okay. So let's read yours first. The one you chose first, Arnie. And that is number 9. Okay, it's one of the pinks. So this one is salmon. Hey, Jennifer. Salmon number 9. So there's interesting energy to this color. Okay. It's pink. That doesn't mean, we don't have to divide things totally into masculine and feminine. There's a lot of orange in this pink. So there's a lot of creative energy attached to this. And the creativity is brought forward with love. It's tempered with what's there for, what is in the highest good of the many rather than the few. That's what I'm trying to get out. Arnie, I know I see your name come up a lot, but I don't know you. But I hear that it's part of your, dare I say, your life's mission coming to this earth to inspire the many rather than the few. There's something you're going to be doing on a grander, almost a global scale. And of course, now with technology being what it is, that is more doable than ever, my friend. Yes. And even before I started getting into that, I was drawn to this orange. Got it back up. Which is, this is one of the true rainbow colors, number 2. There is so much creativity attached to this color. And that 2 tells me you also have a good amount of intuition. Yeah. Have you heard that before, perhaps?
Mm.
And you take that into your creative ventures. Arnie, I feel you producing either something musical, something artistic, something that brings inspiration and pleasure to people, and puts a smile on their face. Yeah. In fact, I'm hearing that with what you produce, if you don't put a smile on people's faces, you didn't totally succeed in your mind, maybe in everybody else's, right? But if you didn't make them happy, you're like, oh darn, missed the mark.
Mm.
Missed the mark. And you're hard on yourself. Yeah. Oh, I can't identify with that. Arnie, you're very critical of yourself sometimes, huh? Oh,
Mm.
that it's good to strive for excellence, okay? But as I'm feeling into the orange creativity here, I hear that you kind of chop up that creativity and block it a little bit when you're so self-critical.
Mm. Interesting.
There's a man in your family tree. This feels like your father, who comes forward to be a lot of support to you in your creativity. And what's interesting is usually I can tell right away if somebody is on the other side or on this side. What's interesting is I feel like he almost has a foot in both worlds. Okay.
Mm.
So he's present, but not present. And I'm not sure where that's coming from.
Interesting.
Okay. Arnie, I think, is saying he's not so critical of himself.
Right. He was more so in the past. And Arnie, I've known him for a couple of years now, maybe 2 years, and he is he's growing moment by moment. You know, you could see him doing things, and yes, you were spot on. Recently, he's working with AI to bring life to his old songs that he wrote. He wrote songs in the past, but he never had a band, and he never was able to do anything with it. So he's using some of the new AI tools to help him make music and videos for that music. Really, really good stuff. I'm gonna have to have him on my show soon.
Yeah. I would love to see Arnie for real. I see his name.
Oh, he's great. He's great. And even before that, before the digital stuff, he has a bunch of tarot decks and oracle decks that he creates.
Oh.
So yeah, you were Lynn, you are so accurate with your readings. Like I happen to know some of the people that you're talking to, and then to see the responses, living in Hawaii and all of these things, it's just so accurate and not, I don't know how to explain it, like, oh, I'm loving it again because of my psychic fetish, but like it's just so it's not too forthcoming, you know what I mean? Like it's like this subtle joy. I guess that's the way I can explain it.
The joy definitely, it's there for me too. I get fed from this very much.
Yeah.
Do we have time for one more, Kelly and
Sure.
Mike?
Yeah.
I'm good for a while.
Absolutely. Who do you want to do next?
I'd like to do Vladimir and then Mike Hall, if I could.
Okay. So let's do that. And if you didn't get read tonight, I put Lynn's website up underneath on the bottom, going across the bottom of the screen there. So you certainly can reach out to Lynn and see more, not only more about her and her flower readings as well, but you can, I'm sure, book some time with her and get a much more one-on-one thorough session with her.
Absolutely. Thank you, Michael. And then my show, Kaleidoscope of the Soul, will be on again this Friday.
I forgot to ask you about that. Yeah.
See, I even have a kaleidoscope.
you do that twice a month, once a month? How often do you do that?
Twice a month, usually every other Friday, pretty much. 10 a.m. Pacific and 6 p.m. in the UK. Just a slight shift in viewpoint can change everything, right?
Absolutely, 1,000,000%. I love that. So Vladimir, what was the number? I'm kind of scrolling.
44.
Oh, you got it. Okay, so go for it, Vladimir. You are up, and the last reading for the night. And
okay, if I'm quick, maybe I can, if Mike Hall is still here.
Oh, Mike Hall. I'm sorry, you did say you wanted to do Mike Hall, so
Yeah.
we'll get Mike in. Absolutely, Lynn. Anything
All
for
right.
you. I don't.
Oh.
You know,
Thank you, Michael. You're so
Yeah.
good.
we got no show coming on after or anything, so we're good. We can take up the airwaves with everything we want.
Sounds great. Okay. So Vladimir, you chose number 44, and this is sky blue. So whenever I draw this ribbon, I want to put my arms up like this and look at a sunny, clear sky, cloudless sky, and feel the freedom that's inherent in that, in this nice, clear sky blue. Vladimir, I feel that you don't currently have as much freedom as you're craving. You're craving more, and that's freedom. I'm hearing intellectually, physically. Oh my goodness! Even they're saying as far as weather and geography and all kinds of things. Oh my goodness, Vladimir, do you feel like you got put in a box recently and you're just having to make yourself skinny and small to fit in there? Oh my gosh. That's not suiting you. That's not suiting you very well at all. Oh my goodness. I'll show you how much it's not suiting you.
Yes, he says yes, you're definitely right.
This is color number 1.
Oh,
this is the first color on my wheel, rainbow red. Okay. There is an energy, almost like an uprising, like a rebellious uprising, coming up from your root chakra and ready to just be like an oil well gushing, right? And if you don't want to cause an explosion, trust me, I'm married to an oil man. You don't want a fire with that oil exploding, right? You'll have to call in wildcatters to get it under control. This red is, you're being encouraged by spirit to take this abundance of energy and this desire to rebel and dial it back a little bit with physical activity and this energy that you have building up in you needs a constructive place to go, right? Because you really don't want to lose control of the narrative of your life for as much as any of us have it, right? But I think you follow what I'm saying here is that you really don't need to go off the deep end right now, but you're being acknowledged by spirit and by your guides that, yeah, this urge within you for freedom is very strong. And whatever baby steps you can start making in that direction will help diffuse some of this potentially radical energy, right? And you come by this drive and this lovely vibrant energy. Honestly, it comes down through your father's side of the family, especially beginning with your grandfather, who I see in a military uniform and being more than just a trooper, being a survivor of major proportions, if you would understand that. So your grandfather is here to support you, keeping things at a more reasonable pace in your life, but making progress towards having more of that freedom you crave. Okay, Vladimir? Thank you for letting me work with you. And I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. Okay.
Reading. Awesome. So great. Tracy says, oh, so nice. Yeah. So great. I love it.
Okay. One more. Uno más?
Yes. One more. Mike says, I don't need a reading, so I don't know if he's reading.
Okay. I read for Mike now and again. So
I got you.
You know what, Mike? Get in touch with me anytime you're ready for one. Okay.
Yeah.
Vladimir is giving us some validation on that. I appreciate the feedback. I do.
Yeah. And he says thank you as well. And Brenda says beautiful message as well. Yeah, Lynn, so amazing. It feels so good. I love it. Thank you so much for like I said, jumping in last minute to the show and
my pleasure.
Sharing your amazing energy and your amazing talent with me. We definitely will do this again.
Great.
Being part of the Sacred Spiral Network, swimming in the Sacred Spiral stream all the time. I'm sure we'll do this again. So thank you so much.
I would love it.
And Mike says, I will get in touch with you. He says, thank you. And Lisa's joining us late. We're about to sign off. But thank you guys all for being here. What a great night we had. Amazing readings, amazing guests, amazing sitters. I guess you call them sitters, all you guys out there. Amazing stuff. Angela, happy Thanksgiving to you. I will probably not be live on Thursday with the live stream of consciousness. I will probably be eating some turkey. Jennifer Rose, thank you so much for that compliment.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Coming from you. Vivian, also thank you for your energy. Wow, coming in and coming out of this party, it's just awesome. So I'll be back next week holding some more space for another amazing guest, I'm sure, and if not, for all of you guys as sitters, we'll all just sit together and just hold space together. Do you have any words of wisdom or dad jokes for us before we go, Lynne?
I have no dad jokes.
Okay.
I would just remind everybody that Thanksgiving is about more than traveling and eating turkey, even though that's fun. And at our family gathering, I'm going to encourage everybody to share one thing that they are grateful for, because it's about gratitude.
My favorite part of Thanksgiving really is that moment that everybody shares and it gets really emotional, and I mean, a lot of times I feel like it's people end up saying, I appreciate all of you, you know what I mean? But even that moment to recognize that and just be in that moment is great. So I love that. So thank you. Awesome. All right. Well, we'll see you back here soon.
Wonderful.
As far as you go, Lynne, and as far as you guys go, have a great holiday. Much love to everybody. Just be
Thank
good
you,
to each
everybody.
other. Yeah, be good. Peace.